Everyone. Just wanted to jump in real quick before we get started and say a quick thank you to all my patrons on Patreon. Thank you for supporting this class, and I look forward to creating new videos and new content with your support. So thank you very much. Your name should be appearing in this general area right now. Thanks. Recording. Indeed it is. And share screen. Okay. So lesson 26, we're getting along. After this, there's 3 chapters left. So wait, 27, 29. I think there are 30, so there's 4 left because it's like a fence post problem. The each digit counts as one. We're pretty close. So I expect at our current rate of progress that we'll finish in like a month and a half. I like to leave a little bit of leeway in case the lessons take more than one day, because I definitely don't want us to get in a situation where we're forced to rush through things. I think it's better if, the hour is sort of arbitrary and there's some number of questions. So it kind of takes as long as it takes. But so middle to late July, we should be finished. I'm planning to send out the whole like getting started package for the hieroglyphic Egyptian class 1 month before the actual start. So I guess July 21st. I don't know what day of the week that is. I'll send something out about that. And that will give us maybe like a month break between the end of this class and the start of the next one. I think that's probably good. Just give people an opportunity to do something else with their Saturday morning for a little bit. Yeah, so everything's on track. We'll see if we can get through lesson 26 today. I'm not sure how that's going to go because there's 51 questions, but I have Rasmus up first. Rasmus, do you want to? 51 is divisible by 3 and 17. So I guess we should do it. Wait, but 17's prime. Man, Lambden.
Well, if it makes it easier for you, I'll do some lessons at the beginning, but I don't think I can do some of the later ones.
Okay, do you want to take the first shift? I don't think Rasmus will mind too much if he gets a different block. Rasmus, do you mind?
Sure.
Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and do these.
Okay. Peixin de Infcampos on. This tree bears fruit not, so this tree does not bear fruit.
That's right.
Okay. Infcium cum an etoko in nepusci suke.
Yeah.
In Dikaios. He has power to destroy the souls or the spirits of the righteous.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
Yep, he doesn't.
Yeah,
that makes more sense.
And suke is a weird word because it's the source of our words like psychiatry and psychology and psychosis and all these kind of things. So it has something to do with the mind, but it's also very often used, especially in like Gnostic texts, to refer to the soul. So you can just leave it as psyche if you want, because it does have kind of this, in English, we would use the word psyche for, that's really the closest translation of this thing. Yeah.
Okay. So then Paisa Pedinchisfo Bento Otuf. This teacher, so I think that is the object of or is taught by. So it's like this teacher teaches to him.
So Gisvo means literally like
give instruction.
To take instruction. So there's
D
and G. And they're almost identical, even in sound. They sound very similar, and they look quite similar, especially if you wrote this, you know, with the Yoda, they would look quite similar. But they're light verbs, right? So they are they're short on purpose because they are extremely common, and they're also extremely predictable in context. So you don't need like a long sequence of phonemes to correctly identify what the speaker is saying. You just need like a T or a G. And that little difference between T and G is the difference between give and take. So it's whether you're doing the thing outward or you're receiving the thing inward. And in this case, Petin Gisfo is those who receive instruction. It's a little wordy.
I
Those
see.
who learn.
It's a relativized.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, Petin. It's the other way. The one whom y'all learn, but Gisfo is learn. I got confused myself switching T and G. And it's, yeah. So Pesach, this teacher, Petin Gisfo and Toatef. You want to do just this part?
The one who is taught. So I get like the student basically.
The one who, and I said y'all before because I was looking at the 10.
Okay.
I've totally donked this whole thing. So let's just try again. Petin Gisfo and Toatef. The one who we yep.
The one who we taught
learn.
The one who we received instructions. So the one who we learned
from him.
From him. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So this teacher is the one that we learned from.
Yeah, basically. You can make it a nominal sentence because Coptic can do this, just like put two nouns together and it's a nominal sentence. So this teacher, the one whom we learned from him, can mean this teacher is the one whom we learned from him, or it can be like an appositive. This teacher, the one whom we learned from him, went to market. I don't know, whatever, right? It can be just a noun clause. It can go either way, but because there's a period, your translation is probably correct. This teacher is the one whom we learned from him.
Okay. And then number 4, Afti metanoia efjo emos je nove pachois.
Ir nove.
Ir nove pachois. He repented. I guess like he gave repentance.
Yeah.
Saying, I sinned, my Lord.
Yeah. Good. Exactly right. I don't see anything to nitpick there. So
question
well done,
about
GT.
3.
Sure.
A question about number 3. We said this is the teacher who, I'm sure I'm forgetting. Wouldn't a pay be required in this case? This whole thing being third person, or can that be dropped?
The pay is not obligatory. They're actually a sentence with pe, a nominal sentence with pe, and a nominal sentence without one are actually the same thing. So if I said Pesach pe, Petin Gisfo and Toatef, that would be, it is this teacher, namely the one whom we learned from him, or we learn from him in the relative present. Either way, if you don't put the pet, it just becomes an AB nominal sentence, kind of like Beiti Beitak, that kind of sentence, like my house, your house. A lot of Afroasiatic languages can have, you just put two nouns together and it just becomes a nominal sentence. You don't actually need anything else. Coptic uses the petene construction because it derived from that other construction. Pe is just this. So it's just a way of creating an AB nominal sentence and then adding another element in apposition to the pe that marks it more clearly as a nominal sentence, but it's actually grammatically, it's kind of the same construction. Just putting two nouns together. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Cool stuff. Okay. Rasmus, sorry for icing you earlier.
No problem.
All right.
So the first number, sorry for my voice, I've had a cold. So ten disse mof enti eo pefran et wab, which is we shall exalt him, giving praise to his holy name.
Yeah, very good. Giving, I just want to double check this real quick, even though you got it right. What is eo?
Eo is a noun and to is a composite verb to give praise. So eo is just praise. And of course you could say praising him instead, or praising his name.
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, you mean how you translate the circumstantial can change.
Yeah,
it's definitely true. Eo is it's a few things. So I think praise is fine. In reality, it means something like glory or fama or reputation or whatever. It actually kind of belongs to the person that is receiving the eo in this case. So praise works. I feel like praise puts more the focus on the person praising, whereas eo is like a quality that belongs to the person who is being praised. So I just want to make that's kind of a nitpicky distinction, but you'll see this word in other contexts. And if you think of it as praise, it won't make sense in those other contexts.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Number 6.
Number 6 is easy. Einaro, or einaro. What shall I do?
Yeah. You can definitely deliver this one with some dramatic acting.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
7. Enterrefer mentnos en rompe anefiote entef berpe. So when he turned 12, or when he turned 12 years, his parents brought him to the temple.
Yes, very good. Probably Jesus. It sounds like a Jesus-y type of situation. And good job with this. So when he literally did 12 years, but you have to translate it as something like when he became 12 years or when he reached the age of 12 or something like that, because Coptic constructs it rather differently.
And the last one, Schainai nektamoi et nechbewe, that should be nechbewe, I think.
Yeah, sorry.
Etek ere emo emau. So write me and tell me about the things which you are doing there.
Yeah, good. Write to me. What else could this be?
Oh, let me just think. Nai. It could be these things.
It kind of could be, but it doesn't actually. Sorry. That's my fault. You would expect the pre-nominal form, although I think ashai can also be used as the pre-nominal form of ashai. But there's another form like seh with the vowel in a different place that I might expect more. But anyway, I just wanted to make sure we covered that in case someone got a different translation. But I think yours is correct. Write to me, Nai.
I guess the difficult part here is the nektamoi, which is sort of the conjunctive second person singular masculine of tamo, which then again is a T causative of aim, and then with an I for the first person singular tacked on the end of it. So write and write to me, or and tell me. Yeah,
I think you're right. So having this here kind of tells you what this should be, right? It kind of like backwardly informs. I mean, this is one of the things that makes like translation so difficult, especially things like machine translation, because like nothing is not connected to everything else. So yeah, kind of interesting, but that's exactly the right way to look at it too. Like if this thing gives you the first person direct object, then well, that kind of tells us what this should be also. In a sort of like backward kind of way. All right, good job, Rasmus. Any questions about those four? All right, in that case, I got Randy.
All right, number 9. Awo ndewnu at vo elale tiha karpos. Assuming that's all spelled correctly. Oh yeah, it is. Okay.
Yep.
And immediately the grapevine produced much fruit.
Yep, good. Yeah, and in the hour, past tense marker, the tevo nelotle, the grapevine, and then diha in karpos gave many of fruit. Yeah, good.
En not shin ton mpe cosmos. Let's see. We will take rest. We will rest. I'm trying to remember this.
It's
We
from Chine,
will
find, literally find rest.
find rest. Oh, I got it. We will find rest where, or is it where will we find rest in this world?
Yep, that's it. Yeah, where in the world are we going to find rest? It's a sentiment that you actually see in real biblical texts. I'm thinking of that scene where Jesus says like the birds go to their nests and the foxes go to their burrows or whatever. I don't remember the exact words, obviously, but that this notion is echoed pretty frequently, and it's something I think about a lot too. Even though like I know the answer, but like humans are really the only animals that can't just like chill wherever they are. We have to like, I've been thinking about this a lot, searching for apartments in Berlin, which is a fucking nightmare. Oh my God, it is unreal. I've never seen anything like, we've been working on it. I've been working on it like literally 60 hours a week. And yeah, it's just completely insane. So I've been thinking about that kind of thing a lot. Like the birds just go sleep somewhere, but I have to go like hoof it all over the city. I traveled like 200 miles yesterday looking at apartments. It's crazy. Yeah, Son of Man has no place to rest his head. Okay, enough about me. Number 11.
Pirosh edve neishera ntetnharech erol evol pepethal. Concern about these things. Concern about these things, and you guard them away in evil. I'm trying to put this all together.
Translation was totally right, except fi roesh is fi is from like to raise up or to carry, bear, if you like. So bear anxiety is the way that Coptic says like take care about something.
Oh, I see. So it's just an imperative, and then with roesh after it. I see.
Yep.
So take care these things. Or no.
Oh, not
care,
things. Sorry.
Shere. Take care these children. And guard them from evil.
Yeah, and I think specifically from, it could be from that which is evil, or it could also be like the evil person or the evildoer. It's not clear in the Coptic.
It's like a pet ho, like the thing that is evil or something. Yep. It looks weird with the two pies there.
It does look weird, and it is kind of weird. The initial peh of the it really is the same thing as the article, but it's like a demonstrative pronoun that goes with the relative. So that which is evil, the thing that which is evil.
Yeah, right.
With two pehs. I have no idea how that would be pronounced either. Like I've wondered about that myself. Hemp peto, I think you have to say the two p's.
Pet.
Yeah. However that works out.
And neftis vonau nentale impojois. he was teaching them the commandments of the Lord.
That's right. Okay. Good job, Randy. Dante, do you want to do the next four? I'm going to move a little bit faster just to see if we can get through this whole exercise, because there's not that much that's weird in here. But if anyone has any questions, I won't pause to ask for questions, but just interrupt. You know, that's always allowed. So.
Okay. En tuosh an e chenhov menateme.
Temine.
So, temine, sorry. So I do not want to find an affair, meaning consort with those of this sort.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I don't want to mess around with this sort of person. Literally, those of this sort.
MPR nove eroten enech. So I did not sin against you all ever.
That's right. I never sinned against y'all.
And tofpet not emton nan.
Not
so
not diemton.
not emton nan. Okay. He is the one that will give rest to us.
That's right.
Palet de empef chom e holevol. And the bird, he could not find the strength to fly away.
Yeah.
So it has that shy in there, which Lambden says is sort of redundant, but it means can be or able to.
Yeah, and it's redundant here because chemchom also means to be able to.
Yeah.
Like to find strength. But in there are many cases where it's not redundant at all. It's just a way of, it kind of just adds a notion of ability to do something rather than just simply doing it. So if you put it on another verb, it would kind of be like, and it doesn't always change the meaning that much in the same way that the word can't doesn't always change meaning that much in English. Like I don't see it versus I can't see it kind of mean exactly the same thing. But yeah, so it's kind of like that in Coptic too. That's why it's just this one little kind of like, it's just a throwaway morpheme where it can just be kind of tossed in.
But it fits in English. He couldn't find the strength to fly away is perfectly good English.
It
right?
does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Yeah. Was that all of yours? We went fast. Okay, I was trying to go fast and it worked. How about that? Thank you very much, Dante. Christian, do you want to do 4?
Sure. 17. E ehun e perpe akalo uchusia. Having come into the temple, he offered a sacrifice or like an offering.
Yeah. And talo, literally?
To cause to go up.
Yeah. He caused to go up a sacrifice. But yeah, offer is the correct meaning
like
there.
From ale eu joy to get onto a ship. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sena smu erof se ti eu naf. They will praise him, and give glory to him.
Yeah, good. Yeah,
or
I think that's exactly.
Yeah.
Or bless him. Yeah, and smoo could also, you could translate it bless if you wanted to. I think the main difference is that like if you give glory to someone, you're kind of magnifying their reputation, whereas if you praise someone, the action totally belongs to you. And that's kind of a minor distinction, really. But yeah, you did it right.
It's a fun word. Smoo. Mpe voice. Titnash chom e tanhe net mode.
Comes from woish, meaning time or occasion.
Okay, so in the time.
Titnash.
y'all will be able to tanhe, revive those who were dead.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah. At some point, y'all are gonna be able to raise the dead. So yeah,
boy.
I mean, there's a story there, but we don't have time. No time.
Yeah. Pipet ma it is najpo native. This is the place in which she will conceive her
Not
son
conceive.
or give birth to
Yeah.
her son within it.
Yep.
Dummy object.
I feel like Lambden is just using Japo because he showed it in the last chapter with the T causatives. I really want Mise here personally,
Yeah.
which is to give birth. Japo is kind of more like, it really is something like beget. I mean, it's in like Matthew chapter 1, all the beatitudes. It's Japo is the word that's used there, but I think it's not really used when it's like the actual event of like a mother, giving birth to a child. Like the physical event is normally Mise. Japo is kind of more like abstract, like a father engenders a son, but that doesn't really reference the actual like physical processes. But anyway, yeah, it's a fine sentence. I won't complain about it too much. Was that all of yours, Christian?
I had how many did I have?
Did you do this one?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I did 4. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. All right. You might get another chance though. I don't know. I don't know how the math is going to work out. I don't have the brain power to do that many things at once. Okay. Aurelio, do you want to do the next 4?
Sure. Here we go. She eroten etreten fi rosh hanekera men nopanos. It is appropriate for you, plural, ereteten fi rosh, that you care hanekera for the widows and the orphans.
Yep. Very good. A good lesson for all. Yeah.
Okay. Afchpo naf in the kanim enta befret washu. Okay.
Yep.
So afchpo naf in the kanim. He provided for himself everything enta befret washu that his heart wanted or his heart desired.
Yeah. Yeah. So he created for himself everything that his heart desired.
Oh, created. Okay, I see.
Well, that's kind of loose also. I'm Japo. He begat for himself everything that his heart desired.
All
Said
right.
no one ever.
Sounds good. Let's see. Intaker u hunt police. Intaker u. Do what hunt police? What did you do in the city?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. What did you do in the city?
Mhm.
It's I enjoy that sentence because there's a story there too.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do in the city? Like you're being chased by bounty hunters. Something.
Something like that. Inatismo neten eu. What am I going to teach you?
Yeah. Yeah, good question. Coptic, probably. Coptic is so teachable. Okay, yeah, that's 4. So we're GT. Do you want to do another 4? We came back around. It's up to you.
I can try. No promises about my speed. So
no,
if
no
you're
worries.
trying to go that quickly, maybe you should.
Nah, well, I mean, it does take as long as it takes, though. So yeah, I would rather you read than not.
Okay. So Nefshache Chipio or Chipiwo.
Yeah, GPO, I guess.
Chipio Ao Aopot Evol. So his such a things.
Shaje is words. It can be things or matters or like topics. I think in this case it's words. His words.
His words. Chipo. What does that?
So shipe means shame.
his words shame and
shamed them.
Shamed them.
Mm-hmm. So it's a T causative of like D.
I see.
Cause that they be ashamed, or humbled them, or his words humbled them or shamed
his
them.
Words
whatever.
Humbled them, and I put out.
Pot is to run.
And I put what would that I put and they ran from them.
Yeah,
something
or just
like
ran away.
They ran away. That makes sense. Yeah. So his words shamed them and they ran away.
That's it. His words shamed them and they ran away.
Yep. Impe person Kyunhov min adome in Tepechikopos. Choros. So empezó. So the brother Kyunhov like had dealings with the men
It's Perikoros is the countryside.
So like the brother had dealings with the men of the countryside.
Yep, except one minor thing here. It's Mpep son Chinhov. So it's
the negative perfect.
That's right. Yeah, it's the negative. Sorry, the negative preterite or the negative past.
Past. Okay. So the brother did not have dealings with the men of the countryside.
That's right. Yep.
Okay. Then a afchok evol im pefchov afkutov a peftime. He like afchok he completed.
Pefhov.
Evol complete out the Fchov. I've used the Fchov. Pefchov.
It's Pefhov. Like this.
Pefhov.
I corrected typos in this earlier. It might have said Jove before.
I see. Yep. Yeah, I was looking at the where I had copied it. Pefhov. So like his hov. So his dealings. His
business.
methods, his business. So he completed his business or his things, and he Ktof to his town.
Kto is like to turn around, or to return. So and then it's reflexive. So he returned himself.
Okay, so he completed his things and returned to his town.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
And this off joke. This makes this circumstantial, which makes it subordinate to this. So it's like having completed his work, he returned to his town or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then honor menchomte in Adome in Adumpe in Shimshe Naf. So and okay, that's a so like having like reached which Menchomte What number is that?
Shomte is 3.
Oh, so 13. So having reached 13 years old. So when he was 13, or when someone is 13.
It can also be so iri can mean it's due, but it can be to like spend time. So we did 13 years.
Okay.
And then we did 13 years doing what?
We did 13 years in Shimshe Naf.
Shimshe is like worship or worship.
Yep. So we spent 13 years worshiping him.
Yep. We spent 13 years worshiping him. Okay.
Okay.
And I think that's 4.
Yep.
Thank you so much, GT. I'm really grateful that you push through, because I feel like it's really helpful. Okay, Rasmus.
Yes, right. So 29. Tenna Joe Mok hat he et rexovtenan en uma. We shall send you ahead, that you may prepare for us a place.
Yeah, good. Hate as literally under the front. Wait.
It's listed in Lambda just as an adverb, but I guess isn't it composed of the ha, that means manner or way, and then ha, and then ka.
I think it's the hey. I was just thinking about this too. So I said it as heart, but it's not. So there's 2. We talked about this before. I think it's under the belly, literally under the belly. Okay. But then idiomatically, it's like you said. We sent you ahead or out in front or whatever.
Yeah.
To prepare us a place.
Yeah. In Tatener Pai. Why did you do this?
Yeah. Why did you do this?
Ayaramatoi Herodes ho en hegemon. So I became a soldier when Herod was governor.
Yeah, good. And this
that's the qualitative of era.
It's like
having done or having been or having become governor.
Yeah, good. It doesn't really translate very well, but this and sho'op are kind of the closest things that Coptic has to be verb, like the equivalent of the to be verb in English. And you need it in here because it's in this like verbal subordinate clause with the circumstantial. So you need some kind of verbal thing. You can have an infinitive or a qualitative, and then it's kind of like it's almost like spoofed. It's like it spoofs a nominal sentence with a verbal one by just sort of approximating it with the qualitative of ire. But that's a normal thing that you see in Coptic. So yeah.
Entereftunos mos asociai en deunu. So when he awakened her,
yep.
She what?
Yeah, good.
She got well at once.
Yep, exactly. When he awakened her, or tunos can also mean something like raise, but normally it has to do with someone who's sleeping. So yeah, good.
And the 2 S's put on here, the first one is just sort of a relict, right, from an earlier, and
so it
is the actual object.
Right. So tunos is really the verb itself, and that S has just got kind of stuck onto it, like a barnacle on a humpback whale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird metaphor, but whatever. Okay. Thank you, Rasmus. Randy, do you want to do another 4?
Sure. Number 33. F A in hala min sham imoth evo eopolis esweo. Let's see, having or no, I guess it would be present tense. His being old.
Yep.
He isn't able to go to a faraway city.
Yep. Yeah, being old, he isn't able to go to a faraway city. Or being old, he can't go to a faraway city. Exactly right.
Sinai nsetaka mpe erpe. They will come and they will destroy this temple.
Yeah, they're iconoclasts.
Emperor Povish in Entale Panomos. Do not forget the commandment of the law. The commandments of the law.
Yeah, commandments, plural, good. Do not, yeah, don't forget the commandments of the law. Exactly right.
Autahof ef Moshe min nefmateres. They seized him, they stood him, they made him stand up, and he walked with his disciples. Let me try that again. Let's see, I guess they caught up to him, and
Yep.
they caught up to him, and he walked with his disciples.
Yeah, you could use the when here or as, if that makes it clear. They caught up to him as he was walking with his disciples.
Oh, I see. The circumstantials on the Moshe. So they caught up to him. His having walked with his disciples, I guess, something like that.
It's relative present, so like his walking, with him walking with his disciples. And I also think you can use and. So they caught up to him and he walking with his disciples. That actually does compute for me, but it's a little awkward. Maybe a when or an as makes it better. They caught up to him as he was walking with his disciples or something like that. But yeah, any way that works for you. You got the meaning for sure. And I think you get, wait, did you get one more? Was that it?
I think I did 4.
Okay, well, in that case, we'll go to Dante.
Have to unmute. Emper povesh im pat svo. So do not forget my teaching.
Yeah,
So
good.
that's the negative imperative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so.
And then this compound verb, which also uses the er, so you get imper,
To do forgetting or something?
Yep. Yeah, and ovesh can mean something like, it's in things that have to do with like unconsciousness also. So it's kind of like, it's like thoughtlessness. So don't do the thoughtlessness with respect to my giving teaching. So yeah, don't forget my teaching is the loose meaning.
Tuosh etamok che pekshere uoch. So I want to tell you that your son is okay, basically, yep. Or safe, whatever.
Yeah, okay is actually a good translation for Ujai because it's hard to translate. But yeah, it basically means to be well, but not necessarily in a health sense, but most of the time. So yeah, I want to tell you that your son is okay. That's good.
Okay. Nim pentaf tate Nathan etreten kot enuhi ue en temine, right? So who is the one that he gave away to you all that you all build a house of this kind, or who gave you the means to build a house of this sort? Or yeah,
exactly right. And this is the word the manor, and then it's a house of this sort.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a kitty cat licking my elbow. Why is she doing that? I don't know. Why are you doing that? She never does that. That's so weird. Anyway, number 40.
Tinar pek meewe entatemovshek. I will remember you and not forget you. So this has that interesting construction for remembering where you put the object of remembering as a possessive pronoun before the infinitive, right?
Yeah. I will do your thoughtfulness, and I fail to forget you. Right. I neglect to forget you, however you translate the tem. Yeah. Good. Okay. Was that 4?
I don't remember.
You have another one if you want. Do you want another one?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Kenar choes e naimokmek poneron. So you will like become master over these wicked thoughts or something like that. You will master your negative thinking.
You will master these wicked thoughts. Yeah, you will master your negative thinking. With any luck, you'll overcome the wickedness inside of you. I mean, good luck. We try. Okay, thanks, Dante. Christian, do you want to do 5? Because if you do 5, then it will work out.
Sure.
Okay.
All right, 42. Anef matedis haloch if joy. His disciples lifted him onto the boat or ship.
Yeah, good.
Interusotum inai or spere. When they heard these things, they did wondered or marveled.
Yeah, good.
Upet nati te nan etren one shaniene. What is that which will give te nan to us? I forget what is te.
Like the manner, the means.
The means. Okay, the means to us for us to live forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who will give us the means to live forever?
That's it.
Pachtek harat unek rejoice. So pachtek harat, like prostrate yourself before or underneath my feet.
Yep, good. Yeah, the missing suffix pronoun here, the empty morpheme or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, in front of me.
Unek rejoice, and you will become Lord, or as in do Lord, become Lord. Over these authorities, over all these authorities, powers.
Yeah, or powers. So, and you will master these powers, all these powers. Kind of sounds kind of magical. Like bow before me, and you will master all of these powers. I need to do my full Darth Vader voice next time.
Maybe it's like Satan tempting Jesus upon the mount.
Oh yeah.
I was about to say something Sauron said to Saruman.
Yeah. A lot of similarity between those characters, actually, when you think about it.
Intern repef mewe anarchy in rime. Anarchy in rime. So when we remembered him or did his remembrance, we began to cry.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Was that 1, 2, 3, 4?
That was
5. Okay.
That was 5.
See.
Okay. Good job, Christian. Thank you very much. And last but not least, Aurelio, do you want to do 5 too?
Sure.
Okay.
So here we go. Entere pejo empesmise jok evol, aspo en ushere peschai. When the day of her giving birth had completed, so when she had come to term, I guess, as She bore a son to her husband, or of
Yeah,
her husband.
good. Yeah, or she bore a son of the writing.
All right, why not? Why not?
But probably her husband. Yeah, I read it as the writing at first, and I was like, that doesn't make sense.
Got it.
Yeah.
Next one. Nehuewe enendikaios nachpio enetro. I guess the works of the righteous, of the just, will shame the evildoers.
Yeah, good. Kill him with kindness.
Teten nasowen and teten erspere. You will know, and you will marvel, you will wonder.
Yeah, that sounds very like Gospel of Thomas, actually. You will know and you will marvel. And when you have marveled, you will be stunned. And when you are stunned, you will become wise. And when you have become wise, you will explode into a cloud of confetti. I don't know, whatever happens.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Intofte en unute an pe internet mode ala net onich. He is not a god of the dead, or of those who are dead, but of those who are alive, of the living.
Yeah. So he's not Osiris, whoever he is. He's Horus.
Unok, right.
Oh no, I'm so sorry I said that. Please no one quote me. I've seen Zeitgeist. It's total nonsense. So yeah. It's Jesus. It's Jesus. He's not Horus. Okay, anyway. They're not the same person.
Interesting discussion.
Yeah, that's a whole can of worms. I didn't even mean to say that. Someone's gonna quote me saying that and be like, look, this guy said that Horus is Jesus. No, I didn't.
Hey.
There are similarities. There are
similarities.
similarities, but they're not exactly the same person. So yeah.
Nobody said that.
I'm sure someone did, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, and the last one to bring it home. Unokshen speretetai. This is a great marvel. Yes, this is present or undefined. It is a great marvel.
It is a great marvel. Okay, and I think we might even finish on time today, guys. Can you believe that? What are the chances? Oh, so much for that. I spoke too soon. Famous last words.
Tempted fate.
I know. It was my hubris. My hubris brought about my destruction.
You will know, and you will marvel.
Yes. Okay. We can actually talk about all those like kind of fringe theories about, like connections between Egyptian religion and Christianity, because I think there are some very real ones. I think the case is just often overstated as a way of kind of like sticking it to Christianity, like I'm just going to try again. Where are we? So many of those things are just like overtly anti-Christian and then don't really have much to say. And it's like, don't do that. Like, that's not.
It's always fun to stick it to the dominant group, whichever it is.
Yeah, that's great fun. I'm totally on board with that. I just think it shouldn't be confused with like an pursuit of the truth, right? Because like an earnest pursuit of the truth doesn't really want to stick anything to anyone, unless that person is just a liar, in which case, yeah, that's kind of fun too. I got in a huge argument about, what's his name? Jordan Peterson. I got in a huge argument about Jordan Peterson on Reddit the other day. I was like riding around on trains and like arguing with people on Reddit on my phone about Jordan Peterson. It was really fun. Anyway,
yeah,
he's a liar.
Facebook is full of that too.
He's a liar. He's a total fraud. Like he talks about Egyptology with no information whatsoever. It's really kind of like, it's cringy.
He talks about
like,
Egyptology?
Yes.
Wow.
So
is there anything he doesn't talk about? Amazing.
He talks about like every subject in the world, but someone sent me something where he was talking about Egyptology, and I didn't really know anything about him at the time. I think I'd seen a couple things about him because he's really famous. And I watched it and I was like, oh my gosh, he's like teaching this subject and he clearly doesn't know anything about it. Who does that? Who does that? That's crazy. So yeah, I think he's just kind of a like a huckster, but whatever. He has like
Totally.
a really loyal fan base, and it's kind of freaky, but I hope they're okay.
Well,
Anyway.
well, the thing is, if you watch one video that's remotely related to him on YouTube, it will be recommended to you until the end of time. It's amazing. You have to really delete your history to be able to be free of this again. You do have to purge it. It's amazing.
His debate with Zizek is sort of fun to watch because Zizek wipes the floor with him basically.
I bet. And I don't agree with Slavoj Žižek about everything, but he's a very thoughtful, intelligent guy who.
Well, yeah, he's in a different class from Peterson, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean they're they're in totally different leagues, and yeah, that sounds awesome. I'm totally gonna watch that now.
There's a hilarious animated video on YouTube about Peterson that I'm gonna post to the Discord. So
yeah, please post it. I'm so interested. Like after I just made like an idle comment about like, well, I'm an Egyptologist, and he talks about Egyptology, and he clearly knows nothing about it, which doesn't bode well for his chops as a intellectual. You kind of don't get to talk about things that you don't know and pretend to be knowledgeable. That's not cool. And like I just got like dogpiled by all these like Peterson fanboys. I was like, oh my God, this is a cult. This is so crazy. What is this? Anyway, so yeah, okay, that's fun. But I'm gonna try to get back on topic. We were gonna finish on time too.
Yeah, right.
And I got up
almost.
I'm like the tortoise and the hare. I just like go like lounge in the sun and lose the race. Story of my life. Anyway, okay, so the thing we're going to learn about is this prefix at, which actually comes from ut, like that which does not exist in earlier stages of Egyptian, interestingly enough. And it basically means like without. It's kind of the Coptic equivalent to English less. So like, what's a word that uses less? Like worthless, like without worth. So atsowen without knowing, ignorant, atmu without dying, immortal, athate without heart or mind, senseless or foolish, atsotem without listening or without obeying, disobedient, attako without destruction, so imperishable, atchom without power, powerless, and atwon hevel without its appearance, or invisible. And then because it is still it still retains some of its relative qualities, including the resumptive pronoun. So patnauerof is that which is not seen, but you have to say that which not without seeing it. You have to have a resumptive pronoun. Atchajerof, not saying it, and atkimerov, not moving it. Okay, and then it agrees with the modified noun, as he says here. Makes sense. Umisterion in Atchajerov, so a mystery that not saying it, an ineffable mystery. And Uchom in Atkimeros, a power not moving it. And then power is feminine, so eros. Okay, so that's part of this. And then we get a bunch of these in here, these like noun prefixes. I think it's actually best to think of them as prefixes and just kind of know what they do. So like ment is really the equivalent of the English ness, so like happiness. Happy plus ness makes like a noun of that adjective. So ment whatever makes like an abstract noun from the thing. Rem or remen means like person of the thing. It can make a demonym, so like remen kime is, or remen kema is Egyptian. And so literally man of Egypt. And then ref makes the nomen agentis, so the doer of something. And I think we see that one first. So ref ernove, sinner, or ref shemshe, worshiper. And then chin makes something like the English gerund. So you take like a very active sort of verb, and then you put chin in front, and it's the noun of doing the thing. So it could be easily confused with ment, especially if you're going from English to Coptic, but there's a distinction in Coptic. Ment tends to go with other nouns and make like an abstract noun, whereas chin goes with verbs and makes a sort of like nominalized verb, like the act of doing whatever. So we'll see some examples. Ushime in Ref Renove, a sinful woman. Pneuma in Ref Tako, a destructive spirit. And Teisarix in Ref Tako, a destructive flesh. Oh, the perishable flesh. There we go. So it can be kind of transitive or intransitive. It can be a destructive spirit or a flesh which is destroyed, or which comes undone, or however you want to translate it. And then with Rem, Remen Keme, Remen Hate, Remen Nazaret, and Remton. Remton, a person from where? I don't know if I've ever seen that before. It doesn't, that's fun though. It's like what's his face, Remton. So yeah, Egyptian, wise person, Nazarene, and what's his face. And then Ment We'ev. So We'ev is priest, and then Ment We'ev, priesthood. Mentero, kingdom, from Erra, king. Spelling Mentera is less frequent. I disagree. I think the spelling is much more frequent, but I haven't checked the numbers. Anyway, Mentsave, so Save is wise, so Mentsave is wisdom. Mentberre, youth. Mentremen hate, wisdom. Menthelo, old age. I don't think you would ever see Menthelo with the feminine. Old age of a woman's old age. That cannot be a common word, but there it is. Ment noch, greatness. Ment monachos, monkness, monkhood. And ment attako, imperishability. Yes, nice. Ment remenkimi. Yeah.
Why does it form a feminine abstract noun? Regardless of the gender of the noun you're putting it on, it turns it into.
So the ment is feminine. It's from medet, meaning like
right
thought. So it's like thought of priest is like priest.
Oh, so that's why it's a feminine abstract noun. Okay.
Yeah, it's always feminine. So it's always tement, whatever. It doesn't matter what noun you use, whether it's masculine or feminine. The compound is always feminine.
Okay.
Which is kind of useful, especially with these derived forms of words. You don't necessarily learn them like lexically. They're not lexicalized. You can form this out of anything. So you kind of need to know in advance what the gender is going to be. So it needs to take the gender from something that's predictable, and it takes it from the ment. So yeah.
Okay.
That kind of makes it easy. And then same thing with chin. So this comes from, where does this come from? It's like chi en, like shape of. And I guess chi is feminine. I guess, I'm not sure. Chin now, seeing, chin wom, eating, but then food, you know, that's kind of a loose, it's kind of drifted semantically a little bit. And then there are all these other ones that you really learn more from learning vocabulary, like ham, like hamshe, carpenter, is ham plus she, meaning wood. So you see enough examples where it's ham x, and you kind of get that it means like right or whatever, like as in Wainwright or wheelwright or whatever. You get that it means a worker of those things. We could go through each one of these, but I think they're pretty self-explanatory, actually. Yeah, it just, when you put those two words together, what does it mean? And then the first word has been reduced, except ham, actually, that's the full form. I like shen, Shen Amun, for example, if that were a name, son of Amun, there we go. And it's Shere and Amun, but it's been shrunk down because it's in a compound. Okay. We've seen all of this before. Oh yeah, last thing, participien conjunctivum. This is one of my favorite things. I love this so much. I don't know why, but basically it's a nominal form of the verb that means like the person who does the thing. So means to drink. Sao erep means wine drinker. And it's always like the verb plus the noun together. Interestingly, the name of Wepwawet, the god, the jackal god of the ways of the underworld and stuff in the West, his name is probably one of these. So it's probably Wapwoi is probably his real name. It survives as Opois in Greek, in Greek texts. So it's probably Wapwoi. And Wamsnof, so the name of one of our blood-sucking students. Literally means wam is from wom, so eater, and then yeah, snof, blood. So that's the actual Coptic word for vampire, by the way, wam snof, which is kind of fun. It's attested somewhere. I can't remember where, but it's real. And then wam rome, cannibal, jasi hate, douchebag. I guess that's like the Coptic equivalent of the word douchebag. Arrogant person. There we go. I went for the first word that came to mind, and yeah, what can I say? I mean, it's a pretty common term, and it's very expressive. Manaso, from motone to pasture, so manaso, shepherd. And then all of these with mai, which means lover. So mai is desirous of fame or glory. My nuv, my hot is greedy person. My nute is pious. My rome is humanitarian. My wom, glutton, or philanthropist. Yeah, my rome, philanthropist. It's literally the same. It's a calc. That's kind of cool. Oh, and third future. I forgot this was in here. I swear I looked at this before, but I totally forgot about the third future. Okay, so we're a bit over time, but oh well. So the third future is another verb construction. It actually comes from EU suffix pronoun er, the preposition, and then infinitive. So if you've seen the pseudo-verbal from earlier stages of Egyptian, you know there are these forms like iwi er sejem, I am towards hearing. That's what the affirmative third future comes from. So you just put the suffix pronoun in the middle, and then on both sides. So yesotim, ekkesotim. You can see the suffix pronoun is just embedded in there. And then the prenominal form is ere. No one knows for sure why, I don't think, but this is a change that happened with late Egyptian. They started writing the, they kind of smushed the EU and er together and made this prefix. So ere promesotim, the man shall hear. And then the third future normally has a meaning kind of like shall in English, which isn't used that often, but you know what it means, like we shall overcome or something. It can express a wish, or it can express something that's sort of destined to happen. It is an emphatic or vivid future with a wide variety of nuances. And you'll really get it from seeing them better than anywhere else.
That's what I used in the Discord survey when I said I'll have what they're having.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that works, because you're kind of expressing a wish in that, and it can be used in that way to kind of express something that you wish to happen, or as in you shall not pass, but he did pass. He totally did, but he just went down, and then his like whip got extra long and grabbed Gandalf by the heel. It's a really sad thing. Okay, so there's a bunch of examples. I'll let y'all read those by yourselves, and then we'll see a bunch of practice. I feel like the third future and negative third future are the two easiest forms in Coptic, because it's very, very intuitive. It's marked. You know, it looks different from all the other verbs, and with just reading a few examples, you'll get that nuance of like, it's kind of expressing like, would that I hear, or something like that. So yeah, any questions about this lesson? Okay, well, in that case, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And if you're coming to dialect class, we'll be starting that now-ish. I think it's probably our last class. We'll see. We'll see how far we get, but it might be the last class of Coptic dialects. So if you want to come and hang out and check it out, come join in, and I'll see y'all in a little bit.
See you there.
See you then.